So you want to hear, you want to see and you want proof that even young people understand what's going on and support this president and his policies and his administration. So the president does he absolutely is sharing what we need to focus on. We've got to honor all aspects of our past, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and we don't need to erase it. We need to remember it for what it is, and then we need to be able to move forward and not recreate it. But that's exactly the dangerous playing field that we're in, where these liberals are allowing and these Democrats are allowing and these politicians are allowing this to take place in their country. Is if you erase it, you can be very well doomed to repeat it. And that's not what we want. We want the strong, clear, decisive leadership of Donald Trump.
And that's the difference, is that President Trump doesn't make you wonder what he thinks. And when Joe Biden goes by and weeks go by and all of this is happening and people see it on their televisions at home and Biden says nothing, the only assumption that anybody could make is that he thinks it's okay or he's afraid to speak up. And Governor Walker, a contrast there, that the differences in leadership, one guy showing leadership, President Trump, and Joe Biden showing weakness.
Really, I mean, the guy not only not speaking out, but trying to cover up. The fact of the matter is that President Trump, not only in standing up for making sure they're not tearing down our statues and our monuments, this is a guy, as I mentioned before, who early on in his administration pushed criminal justice reform, spoke about it passionately at the State of the Union address. Actually had one of the guests there was someone who had an incredible success story of overcoming those challenges out there. This isn't something he's just talking about now. This is something he's done. You look at real reform and what Senator Tim Scott, a Republican, has been working on for years, and Democrats in the Senate blocked. Why? I believe they seem to want to care more about a talking point on the campaign trail than actually doing something. Joe Biden and his party want people to ignore the history of their party, a party that has fought, a party that's filled with racists, the party of even the Senator Byrd, the former leader of their United States Senate, was a member of the Ku Klux Klan. These are people that Joe Biden has worked with. He spoke at his funeral. He talked about standing up at a time when there was civility of the past. And the two senators he mentioned, even though the media tried to claim they were Republicans, no, they were Democrats who fought desegregation efforts in the South. This is the party that Joe Biden is aligned with. He is afraid to let people know what's really true in that situation. And he wants to hide from any coverage or scrutiny and just allow the media be complicit in many cases and make his arguments for him, even though they're not accurate. We need to stand up and work hard to make sure that doesn't happen and that Donald J. Trump and Mike Pence get reelected.
Yeah, and the president made a reference to learning from history and knowing what the history was. And I think it's important to look elsewhere and see how similar things like this have played out in other countries. Let's talk about Venezuela for 1 minute here. In Venezuela, a lot of this happened in the early 1990s, a great civil unrest there, and it was the statues that went first.